It's good to be with you here in this cool but beautiful September morning. I realize that through this journey of COVID and offering messages, I've abundantly heard that Jasper's the real star. And for those of you who've had a dog or a loving cat in your life or a pet, you know that what a gift they are. Uh, Jasper had the blessing of Gracie, Reverend Galen's puppy dog, for a few days, and just sharing some really good news that Galen's daughter Amanda gave birth to a beautiful little girl. The name is to be coming, I'm sure, soon. The birth date was August 31st, and so I had the pleasure to take care of young Gracie, and Jasper's getting a little old. Jasper loves Gracie, but it was interesting to watch the puppy dog and this older boy here. Amanda's doing extremely well. I was able to see her quickly yesterday, and she's beaming, and we just wish the deepest blessings for her and her partner Michael, and for their beautiful little 8-pound 7-ounce gift, and all the hair that she has on her head. This little baby, amazing. It's a real joy. My friends, I've come here to my home from the sanctuary this morning, just realizing that next week is a big transition back to the sanctuary. It's going to be done as safe as you can imagine, and the reopening team, they've guided us incredibly through this journey, and they've helped us, along with the technology that will now enable you to watch us at 10 a.m. live, or as it's saved to YouTube, I believe, if not later in the day, the next day. That'll be an opportunity to watch this service from Trinity anytime you want. And just once again, I'll just keep reminding you, if you do want to come to worship, it's really important that you contact the office. Email Sharon or give a call. So we keep our numbers very limited. The fourth wave is upon us, and we have to do everything to take care of each other. Well, this is quite a story today, and Bob, thank you, Mr. Wells, for reading a tough scripture. It's always baffled me about Jesus's lack of compassion. It's baffled me that it appears that the Jewish people obviously are the first to be served, and the scraps that are left over for the outsiders, the Gentiles. So I'm going to dive into this message that's called Teaching the Teacher. And I have to tell you, here it is, Labor Day weekend. I guess I'm a product of a teacher myself, my own father, and now 2 daughters teaching. There's all kinds of excitement around our family. I mean, our daughters are excited to be back in the classroom. They know there's going to be challenges like we all do this fall, but they're excited to teach. And the wisest teacher I've ever known, the wisest ones, recognize all students, most students, have always something to teach us, and the greatest teachers are the ones that learn something. And I think that's the key to the message today about Jesus trying to figure out what in the world's going on here. So I'm going to dive into that. And I want to parallel with my confusion, also with the struggle I have for people who are scared of the vaccine or don't trust the science. I really struggle with that. I'm so grateful to be double vaccinated. I look at the developing world, and I think I read 2% have had one vaccine. We know, and Prince Harry said it just the other day, that it's time for the poorest countries of the world to get these vaccines as soon as possible. And he was in the UK thanking 2 professors, 2 scientists, for their research with the AstraZeneca vaccine through Oxford. And, we're so blessed. We have the Johnson & Johnson, we have the Pfizer, we have the Moderna, and more vaccines coming. in a time of great science, it just baffles me that that people are rejecting vaccines. Completely understandable for those who have health conditions that just can't take a vaccine. So I'm going to be doing a lot of praying about that as we look towards this fall, and hoping that more and more people will be vaccinated. So jumping into the text, my friends, I think this is about how a student can transform a teacher. We have a Gentile Syro-Phoenician woman, not even named, so typical of the Bible, but she has a broken heart. I mean, she's overwhelmed. Her child is so-called demon-possessed, which biblically they understand that to be she had convulsions, she was lashing out, probably at others, herself, overwhelming this mother. And the tenaciousness of this woman is incredible. She just knows in her heart, believes in her heart, that Jesus can do the healing she needs, can give her what will help. I think about women around the world and in this country who are tenacious and do not give up. They speak out with the Me Too movement. They speak out honestly about misogyny in our society. I really so respected an interview on CBC this week. Afghani judge just trying to survive. Judges around the world have been working with the women judges of Afghanistan before the Taliban took over, and they're still trying to help them either get out of the country, but they've been helping women to bring about a fair legal system in Afghanistan. Ian, he said it so well on the lawn this week at our gathering. Our hearts are breaking for Afghanistan. So in this turbulent time, pandemic, Afghanistan, now we have, from Ida, hurricane up the eastern coast and poor New Orleans, Louisiana. There's a lot going on in the world. But in this story, my friends, Jesus has a lesson to learn. A woman who's tenacious and not going to give up. And that's the kind of attitude we all need at times. I have met it in every incredible soul who's been fighting cancer, fighting almost any disease. A tenacious, not give up spirit. What's important to know about Jesus, though, is a rabbi of his time wouldn't have given a Gentile woman even the time of day. So he does engage her. One scholar says that this woman seems to just accept the analogy that, the children of God are fed first, but the dogs also get some small benefit. What scholar Brian Blunt believes is Mark decided to keep this story in the gospel because this woman is a transformer. She's a life changer. And Jesus was too. So, again, let us give thanks for the women of this day, the women of the past, who have broken so many barriers and glass ceilings in our society. And it is incredible that in this transformation, all of a sudden, Jesus seems to get it. And he says, the demon has left your child. And she receives her blessing and her healing. Barbara Brown Taylor, in an incredible way, says you could almost hear the huge wheel of history turning as Jesus comes into a new understanding of who he is and what he's been called to do. You see, the persistence and the faith of this woman opens Jesus up to even a bigger mission. Jesus understands God's mercy in an incredibly new way. We can all grow complacent in life. Some of us have grown complacent about mask wearing. I don't get it. It's a simple thing to do. Wear the masks around people, keep your distance, and this will make all the difference in the world. Complacency, though, catches up on all of us. This woman isn't complacent. She makes history in awakening Jesus, the teacher, that he has something to learn. Right after this healing, the gospel says that Jesus went on a 10-city tour of healing. It's almost like this awoke him, and it's called the Decapolis Greek tour. He went to the Gentile cities, and he made incredible differences. It's as if a persistent woman and a mother not only got the healing for her daughter, but inspired Jesus to go on a real roll. Well, friends, I hope we can all do that in our own personal way, that we can move forward, breaking the complacency that might be in our life, and find that courage that this woman had to reach out to all the forgotten, our neighbors, the vulnerable, those on the outside. Continue to pray for the people of Afghanistan, for military personnel who have come home and who have been a part of that journey of Afghanistan with life-changing repercussions. There's so much to be learned from 20 years in Afghanistan, and there's still so much for all of us to learn about how to really care for each other. Well, my friends, at Trinity, there is room for all. I hope you can join us and know that next Sunday, in the safety of your home, or for some of us, in the safety of the sanctuary, we will gather on the 12th of September. Might God bless you, and have a wonderful Labor Day weekend.